involved in this approach. And the Israelis said, "Oh, isn't that sweet? Oh, thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. No thanks. What kind of country would turn down a mutual defense alliance with the United States of America?" The explanation, my friends, was a treaty, a formal treaty needs to have defined borders, right? And the Israelis were not going to give up any of those occupied territories. And the other thing was, uh, uh, the Israelis had it just the way they wanted because they were regulating U.S. policy toward the Middle East, and so it wasn't a matter of them needing a treaty. Uh, our government under Johnson and everybody else since has been doing the bidding for the Israelis. Why? Because there's a lot of money involved in this, and those are the kinds of people that have supported people who now are in charge of your district. So am I a little ticked off about this? I sure as hell am. I mean, fair is fair. When I entered the agency, April 1963, I saw on the wall, etched in the wall, big, big letters, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." And I said to myself, oh my God, if that's true, no pun intended, heard my grandmother, my Irish grandmother's voice, "Raymond, be truthful and honest, and then you won't give a damn what anyone says about you." I said, "Grandma, if that's true, this is going to be a good place to work." And it was for a couple of decades, by two-thirds of my career. Suffice it to say that I've dedicated myself to telling the truth, to exposing these lies. When we talk about things like the 42 or the 34 people that were killed in the USS Liberty, that's not anti-Semitic, that is fact. When we talk about people who stayed in the Bronx, like me and my father, and my father's father built the house up there in the Bronx, Bainbridge Avenue, near PS 46, if you know it, near the concourse. So, a lot of people left the Bronx. A lot of people sort of, but we had a little ditty at Fordham where I went. It was, senior year, we used to sing it. I'm moving to the upper middle class. I'm moving to the upper middle class. I'm going to park my ass on Larchmont Crest. I'm moving to the upper middle class. Now, for those of us who stayed, there were good times, there were bad times. And now is a particularly bad time in the district in which Jose is running. So the reason I come on here is just to tell the truth. According to my grandmother's dictum, if we get involved in the next few days or the next few weeks in a war against Iran, why? Is Iran a threat to the United States? No. Oh, wait a second. We're going to get involved in a major war. Well, who's Iran? Who is Iran a threat to? The Israelis make believe that Iran is a threat to it. Iran hasn't started a war in 3 millennia. You know what a millennia is? Okay. All right. So what are the Israelis afraid of? They're afraid of having a major nation that can say no to what Israel wants to do. They don't have any other major nation. We have decimated all those, Iraq, Syria, and the rest of them, okay? Iran. So if we go to war, folks, and you have body bags coming home, you look at Dover Air Force Base, you see what they call body bags, they call them transfer cases. We will have transfer cases with people like you guys in the 13th district of the Bronx and elsewhere in this country, and who will be the reason for all that. The state of Israel, and I have to say, folks, we have to speak out about this without fear or favor, especially in this district, because this district is using all its money to elect people who do the bidding of another country. That's dual loyalty. That's single loyalty, because there's no good for us in a war against Iran. If it starts, just remember, Iran is absolutely no threat to the United States. It is perceived to be a threat to Israel. And when the head of Israel, Netanyahu, comes to Washington, he says, look, you have a big lobby. You have people like that guy in the 13th district of the Bronx. And besides that, I just brought this Well, it's a little. Could everyone else leave the room, please? Okay. Um, um, Donald, we have these videos as well as these photos. You know, you can have your Justice Department expunge all this stuff, but we still have it. Okay, so look, Donald, we wouldn't want anybody to know about this. Okay, so do our bidding, strike Iran. I, for one, hope it doesn't happen. But if it does, just remember it's the guy who's in charge of your district right now and in charge of most of the country and in charge of our president who's the cause of this, not Iran. I'll stop there because there's lots more going on, but that's enough to say, I think, how much I had to learn about the real situation and how much you need to know because you won't find it in the Daily News, the New York Times, the Mirror, anything else. Okay, so I'll say my piece. That's it right now. No more songs, no more blather. I just hope that you take this into account because we need. These are the times for winter soldiers. Okay, these are the times that Tom Paine talked about. The summer soldier will be weak when it comes to winter. It's winter now, folks. Last thing I'll just say is has ice shown up in your district? Ice, you know what they you can anybody with an iPhone can see what they're doing. Where were they trained? Oh my God! I leave it to you.